It is great to share with you guys this devotional. Hopefully, you guys can share it with someone else as well. The older son of the parable of the lost son was so outraged that he didn't want to enter into the feast. So the father has to come out and try to convince him to enter the feast. The original language of the New Testament suggests that the father felt compassion for the stubbornness of his older son. And that's why he tries to convince him to enter into the feast. This attitude of this guy is a example of the attitude of the Jewish leaders who bragged about their obedience to God, but everything was just because they wanted to receive something in return and not because they loved God. Also is like a mirror of those in our time that feel kind of uncomfortable with the returning of those who have been away from God for a long time. They believe that those who have been out of the church do not deserve to be received with rejoicing. They think that they have to have like a testing time in order to prove that they have changed their lives, as if the other ones were really holy. So the father showed that he wasn't expecting his son to be completely changed. He only forgave his son and gave him his love. Both the parables of the lost sheep and the lost coin end with the happiness and the rejoicing for the return of that which was lost. But this last parable of Luke 15 ends with the stubbornness of the older son who didn't want to enter the feast. So in the end, he had the last word. Did he allow the father to convince him, or he stayed just in his stubbornness out of the house? You and I have the same chance. We can be convinced by our stubbornness and just reject the plan of God, or just let God's love to soften our hearts and love those for whom Jesus also